AM 1590 WCGO Radio in Chicago, where Chicago goes for celebrity conversations and Club Kids Radio on a Saturday morning. It is not quite a Saturday morning because we are here on a Sunday afternoon, and it is the last day for the ultimate workshops. And this is actually the ultimate workshop with Shabba Doo, Adolfo Quinones, because this is the workshop that the public was invited to. This is the workshop that Channel 9 didn't really talk about too much, and this is the workshop that anybody who wanted to come in and take a part of were able to take a part of. So welcome back to Chicago.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And you're surrounded by a couple of the kids from Kumba Linx. How cool is that? Yeah, guys, introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Ariel Salgado. I go to Little Village.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Sanchez. I'm 18. I also go to Little Village High School.
Now, let me ask you guys this. I'll talk to the kids first from Kumba Linx. You're 18 years old, from Little Village. I used to work on 28th Bridgeway, by the way. There's a Boys and Girls Club right there. And there's a radio station in that Boys and Girls Club, and I used to be program director for that radio station.
Wow.
28th and Ridgeway. And I was the Puerto Rican program director in a Mexican community where my most prominent student is Rick Party, who's like the biggest African-American DJ, he used to be on BET.
Wow.
He was a student over there también.
So there's a cultural exchange happening.
It was a big cultural exchange over on 28th and Ridgeway. And this is why what we're doing at Clarendon Park today is so great, because what you did was you brought in a cross-section of kids and adults to an event where you're giving your time to them. Now let me ask the 18-year-old who, when you were born, Breakin was considered an older movie. So what motivates and inspires you as a member of Kumba Linx to come to Clarendon Park and take a mini workshop on pop-in and break-in?
Well, for me, dancing was something. It was a passion. It was a passion before I knew it was a passion, you know. And then how I became part of Kumba Linx is at school, after school madness program. I was with Lady Soul. I sat over her. I guess you could say I'm her protege. She taught me how to more technique than performance.
What did Jacinta tell you was going to happen when you walk into the room? Because I walk into the room, there's two teenagers at the table, and I'm walking around going, Shabba Doo, I wonder if he's going to do it now or later. And then they look at us, are we going to talk to him?
Yeah, she just told us we were going to be interviewed, and then we're like, Shabba Doo's coming in, and we're like, we're all nervous.
Shabba Doo, welcome back to the city.
Yeah, it feels good. I'm just so encouraged by everything I've been seeing and meeting all these young people, and they're so attractive, yes, but really so smart. Yeah, you are attractive.
I'm going to be honest.
Very, very attractive young ladies and boys and so forth. And it's just their focus, their intelligence is just really, really special, I think.
This is interesting too, because I went to the event on Friday night where people paid to be a part of the workshop. And I was here this morning. And for some reason, at least in my mind, and I don't know if in your mind or not, the energy level was a little different here than over there. And I can't explain it, but you could have said green and it would have popped for you. There was a level of excitement in the air in terms of you coming back to the proverbial hood to give back. So it's a pretty strong give back. And then you look at them getting top of channel, which is, again, the movie's going to be 30 years old. So
yeah.
It's like twice their age. Did you ever imagine that the impact of your movies, including the Lambada movie, I haven't seen Lambada, was going to still be here 30 years later, where you've got high school juniors and seniors really wanting to learn from you?
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've never been surprised. From day one, I knew that we were doing something really special, something magical. I knew it even back on Soul Train. So I've had a couple of experiences with it on Soul Train. I felt the magic then. I felt it with the Lockers. I felt it when I went solo, and then I felt it again, at different points in my life. And I feel this special sort of thing happening again. It's a magical thing in the era again. People are just thirsting to go back to that period of our culture when there were stars in our eyes, and we had great hope and dreams, and people respected each other a lot more and celebrated each other a lot more. And I think we're going back to that. Thank God.
One of the ultimate things that I saw at the last session and today's session too, if you go on Facebook and look at the videos and the pictures, the youngest person I met on Friday was, I think his name was Joshua, 10 years old. was 40. So you've got from a 10-year-old to a 40-year-old, and two of my club kids were there between the ages of 12 and 14. Normally, those generations don't cross. That teenager will be walking down the street and that 40-year-old's moving out of the way or vice versa. You've managed somehow to cross generations with your dance.
Yeah, I would like to claim it all, but you know, of course, I played a major role in it. But this coming together is, I think, due to lots of energies and a lot of heart and soul from many, many people. So when you have that kind of collective love, that kind of collective desire and hope, then you create these Bermuda triangles, you know, that allows generations to come together. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
So as an instructor, as an icon, as the legendary artist that you are, when you looked at the front row and you saw a 10-year-old, and then you got the guy that was just like the Chicago Bulls, you said, no, you're getting on this floor too.
Right.
What does that dynamic do for you? Because when this 10-year-old eventually will be 40 come in, so all of a sudden, you know, it never is going to never end.
I tell you what, I'm the one that feels like the kid in the candy store. They may be excited, I don't know, but I get excited about the little boy in the front who couldn't hold his arms up or whatever. I believe in him. I know he can do whatever he wants to do, and I just want to encourage him and everyone in the room to go out and get everything they want. Now they're going to run into obstacles, count on it, but. And I continue to run into obstacles. It's not like I live on this Teflon-coated road to success. I face obstacles and challenges every day. But getting to answer your question, I get excited about having the different age groups in the room and different people who share a common ground, a commonality.
One of the biggest things that you talked about today when you were teaching is you kept talking about the work. You kept talking about you don't wake up and all of a sudden you're Shabba Doo. Obviously, there's only one Shabba Doo.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
You can be somebody else. And then I was talking to Tony about this off the air as he was filming. I says, I think they came in saying we're gonna have a good time. And then there's moaning and there's groaning and those sounds that we make when we're 50 years old. And I looked at Tony and said, these people, I don't know what they were in for. When you promote these workshops, when you put them together, I would imagine you want it to be fun because you're a little lighthearted when you speak.
Right.
But there's a boot camp part to your.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because
she nodded her head.
You have to shake them up and understand how what you're up against. It's not all pie in the sky. It's going to require a lot of work, determination. You know, as I talked about love being in action, you really have to express that love. You have to show that love in an action form. Just saying you love something is not enough. You have to be willing to do the things that support what you want. It's not going to magically happen. So I believe in telling these kids the truth. It's attainable and it's tough.
The other thing that I liked, that I saw both Friday and today, is that there are mother-daughters pairings here. There was a father-son pairing over at the Visceral Dance Center. At one point, my son is 27 now, so I tell my son, you know, we're going to go and we're going to break and pop and lock and shout.
Why not?
And he's going to, yeah, but you know how kids are. They're going to sit there and look at you. And that's your stuff.
Not necessarily.
Well, there's parents bringing their kids
Yes.
to that stuff.
You know, this culture has become multi-generational. It's literally for the young and the old. So, in any case, you have to stick with it. That's the key.
We've got two kids here from Kumba Linx. Kumba Linx, he presented you to the park, Thurman Park here. Can you girls tell us a little bit about Kumba Linx as an organization? Because you're a part of this, right?
Well, Kumba Linx It has like different kind of stuff. It has poetry, dancing, performance, photography, and it's like really fun. They show you a whole bunch, and they have a footwork kings with us to show us about footwork too.
These are the kings of football.
Yeah.
The king of street dance.
Yeah.
It's just a very specialized dance form. It's very specific. But what I was trying to express to these kids in the room, it's nice to have a focus, but don't be too focused on one thing. Because if you put, that you heard the saying, you put all your eggs in one basket, that's going to cause yourself a problem. You want to do as many things as possible. I think, in the big picture, Footwork Kings has a place, and but it won't be enough. To the bigger idea.
You also talked about discipline, and you also touched on the schooling, and you also touched on getting your diploma and whatnot. So,
and the relationship with your parents is key. People think there's a separation of your family. You may think there's, what I do here at Kumba Linx or what I do on the dance floor is separate from what happens with your parents. Your parents were the first people that loved you. Don't let that go.
the last interview we did, you touched on your upbringing, which wasn't necessarily traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe these days, the parents that don't stay together and they're younger and some of them, just take off, has become traditional. When you were growing up, it wasn't traditional, and you wound up having to, I guess, get adopted by other people in order to get you where you were. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I met, I think his name is John. I keep saying it. I think his name is John. He worked at the Boys Club, and I used to go there after school. My mom would work. She had a single parent, and I would just go there for the after school activities, maybe do my homework. I was going to Talcott at the time, and I learned how to play. You could play games like bumper pool or whatever, and I was just standing on the second floor. It was where the pool tables were, and just standing there. And John says, "Hey," he says, "What's your name?" I said, "Adolfo," and he said, "You know how to play pool?" And I said, "No, I don't know how." And he said, You could do it. I said, "Well, I don't know." He said, "You could do it." He said, "Come here, it's really easy. Let me show you." And he says, "You see this ball?" He says, "Why don't you stoop down and bend down? Why don't you look at the cue ball? You see the ball over there by the pocket?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All you need to do is hit that white ball into that other ball, and it's going to go in the pocket." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." He said, "You got to see it from the position of the ball. If you stand up, you won't really see it. So you got to bend down so you can see the straight line." So, and I said, "Okay." So he says, "Okay, here, you hold the stick like this, and when you strike the ball," he went through the whole thing. When you strike the ball, don't push it, don't hit it too hard. Just say, "I'm gonna hit that ball." Don't think about the ball going in the hole. Just think, "I'm gonna hit this ball, to that ball, and that ball will go in the hole." You have to trust it. Okay. And I hit it, and I hit the ball, and the ball went in the hole. And I was like, "Oh my God." And so anyway, that began this relationship. He started to teach me how to play pool, and I eventually joined the team, and I won a trophy for my division for pool.
And in a sense.
And I got the trophy from Gail Sears.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Which was pretty cool.
So in a sense, you had somebody who was a mentor to you when you were 10, 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Girls as part of Kumba Linx or part of school or whatever. Are you guys finding mentoring opportunities as well? Because sometimes it seems as if there aren't as many adults as there should be that serve as mentors to you guys. And so you wind up with pregnancy rates and dropout rates and everything else that we're not proud of. Who do you guys look to and adopt as mentors? And why is it that you continue on the straight when others, some of your buddies probably, not so much? Either one of you.
Well, for me, I would say my best mentor would be my counselor, Mr. Ortiz. He's the one who helps me figure out what college I want to go to, and I think if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know half the stuff I should know about, financially and everything. And I'm not trying to change the topic, from dancing to college. But
No, that's
But it all relates to
inspires me.
it relates.
when you listen to Shabba Doo, when you spoke, and I wrote a bunch of notes. I may not have it on paper.
Right.
A lot of what you do is you relate your work
Mhm.
and your dancing to life.
Yes.
And so, tell me if I'm wrong, Rose.
Right. This experience, your experience with Mr. Ortiz, it helps your dancing. You will be able to later connect it in hindsight. You'll say, oh, that moment helped this. You may not be a professional dancer. That may not be your end goal. Right now, this might be just a recreation for you. I don't know. We don't know where your life is going. We don't have crystal balls. But the relationship with Ortiz, that kind of healthy relationship and work ethic that you're developing through the relationship is the same one that helps you excel in your dancing or whatever else you're endeavoring.
And all of this pop in, lock in, and head spin. Oh, you don't do the head spin stuff.
No, I don't want to mess with my hair. You notice I spend a lot of time with hairspray.